What's up, my peeps? Good day to you. Just getting on here real quick. I haven't made a video for a couple of weeks because this month has been kind of chaotic for me. It's strange because it's my birthday month. My birthday is in less than 2 weeks from now. And Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I've been trying to curate some videos around that and not so much photography. But today I saw something very intriguing to me and I wanted to share it with you guys. There is a new app. Some people are calling it the Instagram killer. Some people are, going in different directions with that. But it is an app that's going to go head to head with Instagram. So what is it? It is an app called Cara or Cara, depending on who you speak to. I'm going to call it Cara because, I don't know, it sounds cool. I just signed up for it today, so I haven't really got to spend a lot of time with it. I will throw up some screenshots and screen recordings of the app in action. But in a nutshell, it is kind of like how Instagram used to be. And it's also kind of like Twitter / X, whatever you want to call it. It is definitely rough around the edges. I'm not going to lie. It is one of those apps that is not big, financially budgeted by the big corps out there. It hasn't been purchased by somebody. Now, I remember... So I used to love Instagram. I literally got on Instagram, probably a month or two after it started. My buddy Drew actually showed it to me. And he knew that I did photography. At the time, I was running my tattoo parlor. Instagram was, square format, and it was different. And you just scrolled and looked at pictures. There was no video. There was no music. There was... very little social aspect of it. So like Facebook and all the other social media apps were in their own lane. And then, shortly after, and I don't remember the time frame, but Facebook / now Meta purchased for, I think it was like $2 billion Instagram. And from that point on, you literally went from getting tons of likes and tons of exposure to almost none because of the greed of the big corporations. So my feeling is this new app, Cara, is trying to capture that momentum. And here's some statistics for you. I only heard about it today, but I did some research, and they went from less than 2 weeks ago, only having a few thousand subscribers and people running the app, and it's kind of in beta and so on and so forth, to like 500 million, 500,000 followers. Now, I don't know if that's going to keep going, if that momentum's going to go. I know the software is a little bit buggy on a few things. It's a little slow. Especially because, Instagram has had so much time and they're backed by one of the biggest companies in the world. Even they're buggy, but not quite the same buggy. They're buggy because they're trying to also push a lot of unwanted stuff on you, a lot of ads and everything. And what has happened with Meta, and Instagram is part of Meta, is they've just announced in the last week or two that they are taking all of your artwork, all of your photography, your paintings, your animations, all your video work that you do, because they push video so much. They're taking all that and they're pumping it into their new AI system, and that they own your data basically, and they can do whatever they want with it. A lot of companies are going this route, and it's very, very controversial. Adobe is doing the same thing, and I use Adobe for all my photo editing, and I'm even thinking about finding an alternative for at least some of it that I feel comfortable with. I've been using Adobe since Photoshop 1. And actually before, there used to be a company called Aldus that Adobe purchased, and so, so on and so forth. Anyway, I'm not gonna give you a history lesson on them, but they just also announced, and they're under hot water, that all your stuff, they could spy on all your stuff, even stuff that's just sitting on your computer, and they could upload it for their AI purposes. And if you don't accept it, or if you don't catch that in the user agreement, then you can't even use their software in the US. Other countries have more protections on that. I think European Union, the EU, kind of puts a stop to that, which is interesting that they are doing it more than we are. This new software, Cara, going back to that, it is anti-AI, which is great for artists. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to use AI. I think there's times like when I'm cleaning up an image, AI makes some of that a lot better. Maybe change the crop a little bit and some of the edge needs some fill-in. It's great for that. That's cool. I used to have to do a lot of cloning and stuff and spend a lot more time cleaning up an image. AI for tools like that is fine. But if you have a completely false image and you're trying to generate it and sell it basically to an audience as your own artwork, that's when it gets pretty sketchy. Is that your artwork, or are you just really good with words and type until you get the exact image through their prompts? Anyway, so they have things built into the software to prevent people from using your data for AI. It's anti-scraping software. Scraping is where AI scrapes the internet for images and steals it, basically. They do not allow full AI images. I don't think that they have a problem if you used, say, Adobe Generative Fill to, fix an edge of a picture. But if you're trying to have a completely made up generated image, that's not allowed on there. They also don't want not safe for work content. And I don't know what that exactly entails. I haven't did a lot of research, but I'm assuming they don't want it to be a porno site. So that's completely fine. Now, fine art nudes and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. A lot of photographers do that, and it's I included. I do some fine art nude photography, but it's not my bread and butter. It's not my everyday work. So that's probably not going to be an issue for me. It may be an issue for you, and there may be other sources. Now, a few months ago, probably close to a year ago, actually, there was an app that got a lot of buzz just like this called Vero. But unfortunately, the support on Vero, it's very difficult to find and get people to follow you. So on Vero, however, you can post nudes, and you can post anything there. So they're not anti-AI. This new app, Cara, is anti-AI. It's really pushing for artists. It's built by artists for artists. It's not, like I said, a big corporation that is wasting everybody's time trying to just make a bunch of money off of you. Now, how will they make money? I don't know. But I did want to tell you, so much like, this is probably not the best thing to show, but like this Rockstar energy drink. I'm going to take a drink of it real quick. That's really good. This Rockstar energy drink was not the first on the market. It was a great one. I still drink them. After moving to Florida, there's less of those around, which is kind of a bummer. I think it's just a regional thing. But the original big energy drink that I remember was Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings, you know, and they got huge and they did some big moves, and they sell their half-size cans sell for double what a Rockstar does. Now, this Rockstar was kind of one of the, like, everybody was trying to catch up to Red Bull, and this was kind of one of the next big ones. I know there were several others, but I actually, with my business years ago, they actually sponsored me locally, and so I had cases after cases of Rockstar, and I started drinking that. But when I'd go to a store to go purchase energy drink, I would usually reach for the Rockstar instead of the Red Bull because it was a better value and you got twice as much. What I'm hoping with Cara, this is kind of a weird way to go around that story, but what I'm hoping with Cara is that they will deliver a lot more bang for your buck. And so far, I mean, I've only posted 3 images on there, and so I have no real data to confirm anything. But so far, the interface is simple. They are preventing AI. They have tons and tons of growth happening. So what I see is potential. I see that if more and more photographers are jumping ship from Instagram, and more traditional artists are, people that maybe don't want to learn video editing, for instance, which is a big struggle for a lot of us, including me. And I've done video editing for years and years and years. It's just not what I want to do at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I don't want to make a cinematic video to teach you how to take a cool picture. You know, I just want to tell you how to do it, or show you how I do it, or just showcase the picture itself. I don't really want to make a bunch of B-roll and you know, do fancy retention editing and everything else just to get people to watch it. And how that relates to Instagram is if you just post a picture on Instagram, you don't get any real pull. In fact, I'm seeing quite the opposite. I switched one of my pages for a business that I closed down. I switched it over to a photo a day site. I had like 1,700 followers or something like that, so it wasn't huge. But now, since I've been doing that, I've done it for over 60 days now, and I only post pictures. I don't do video. I don't do the social aspects. I'm doing what Instagram used to be all about, and I lose followers every single day. I never really gain anything, and I'm going to keep going. It's a challenge I did to myself for 365 days. Now, Cara, I could do the same thing on it, but I'm starting from zero. So the telltale sign would be how I'll grow, say 60 days from now. I do believe if you get in on the beginning of something like Cara, or like when I got onto Instagram originally, that's your time to shine. That's one of those things that you will do really well if you put your heart and soul into it a little bit. Now, I'm not telling you by any means to give up Instagram or any of your other socials, Vero or whatever, and just run to Cara. But I am saying if you're going to post on these other platforms, it won't hurt to also check out Cara. Not a whole lot of time wasted. It's not a chit-chat type of place that I could see so far. It looks like a place you could scroll and look at cool images. A lot of the stuff that's up there that I've seen is like animations and paintings. I know that the founder is a photographer, so I'm sure there's a big photography base. I'm literally making this video half an hour after even hearing about it. I did a little research, checked out kind of some facts about it, and I downloaded it. I did 3 posts just to have something up there, and I like it. It's a bit slow, and it's it's definitely at its baby phase. But that just means it's got a lot of room to grow. I'm hoping that they get some backers that are not greedy, but are, hopeful for like true growth, getting, a good base under their hands before they, make too many changes. I think that's the thing that made Instagram really good, and why it sold to Meta is they had such a good base. It was a place for artists, and this looks like a place for artists. Instagram is now turning into TikTok 2.0. It's going hardcore after that, and if you don't want to do video, you're going to be pushed to the side. Like I said, the page that I have that I do no video on, I lose subscribers daily. My other pages that I do a little mixed stuff on, it's kind of up and down, and that's fine. I'm not giving up Instagram right yet. I am a little disturbed that they're going to use these images for their AI platform. I don't know to what extent that means. It may go nowhere. With big companies like Adobe also using your stuff, and so many other big corporations are looking towards AI as the future. I think we need to scale back on it. I don't have a problem with AI, but I don't think we should, rule out real art. I don't think we're going to have a Terminator issue. I don't think that what's going to happen is, robots are going to come take over the world. But I do believe artists will start to just die off, and not literally die, but just they'll start not doing their art because they'll feel defeated, and I don't think that's a good thing. So go check out Cara. I don't know if it's the end all be all. They may not make it. They may not, they have, just so you guys know, they have like a fundraiser, buy me a coffee, which I also have that. I throw it out every once in a while. Not as an income source so much, but as kind of just seeing like how people feel about me and my work. And, sometimes it's nice to get more than just a thumbs up or a view. But they have a buy me a coffee thing, which shows that they're trying to get some funding here and there. And that's a crowdfunding situation from the followers they have. Now, they have grown significantly in the last couple of weeks. So if they continue this growth, they probably will get lots of funding in different ways. But from what I understand, just backing up their servers ends up being so huge that, we're talking about, $10, $20, $30,000 a month type of thing. And that will just continue to grow because if you get more subscribers. So it will take a lot to function, and having some big players in it will probably help. Just hopefully they don't bow down to Meta and the big guys in here, and maybe they'll get some mid-tier person that wants to see something like this grow, because it's good for the artist. It's really good for us artists out there. So anyway, that's it. I don't want to beat this into the ground, but I think that it's good to have competition out there. Meta tries to stomp out all the competition, and they may try and stomp out Cara, but it's good to see. When Vera came out, Vera was a big hopeful for me, and now almost a year later, I'm not really seeing any growth there. I think they've stalled. Cara right now is growing, but doesn't mean that they will grow and make it. So we'll see. Go check it out. Download Cara. Do some uploads. Find whatever art medium that you're in. Find people like-minded on there. Add them. Maybe they'll add you back. Follow. Create a big follow fest. And let's get art back into the forefront instead of taking a back seat to AI, because unfortunately artists are real. And if they quit, the AI stuff is going to be what is real to most people, and it's not real. So let's turn the unfortunate into the fortunate. Let's bring us artists back into the forefront, and let's get more art happening. Let's get motivated. Let's show this place how to party. And anyway, I'm gonna keep posting. My link to Cara will be on here. Also, my links to Instagram and other things will also be on here. But I am not going to put all my eggs in the Instagram basket anymore. I'm actively searching for other places to show off my art. You know, I also want to get my art into lots of galleries and different things, and here on YouTube, obviously. So keep on rocking, and we'll see you soon.